My name is Liza, and welcome to your sacred space and your yoga practice, or welcome back to your yoga practice. This is your Fall Equinox intention setting yoga flow. My husband asked me, he's like, well, what exactly is an equinox? An equinox is a very fancy word we use in astrology and astronomy to describe equal parts day and night. So 12 hours a day, 12 hours of night. And that usually happens around the spring and the fall. So we have just entered the fall season and we are experiencing this fall equinox with also a full moon eclipse in Pisces. So there's a lot of cool things happening in the sky, astronomy as well as astrology wise. And for this yoga class, we're going to be diving on into twists as well as some balance postures. And it's going to be a yoga themed, well, I should say a sun salutation and moon salutation yoga themed class. So I'm super excited to dive into that with you. But how do we use this energy to set our intentions? Really, it's about honoring the freshness of the season. You can start new intentions at any time of the year, but this is kind of a great opportunity with this fresh new season when the days are getting a little bit shorter and a little bit cooler. Maybe you're going back to school, or maybe you have kids who are heading back to school. There's this shift in the air, there's this transition, and it's great to honor that transition, this end of the year period, with an intention setting practice. So let's go ahead and dive on in. Coming to your comfortable position, whatever that is for you today, and it could be cross-legged, it could be one leg out, it could be both legs out, whatever feels good, whatever works. And just taking a moment to ground down, rising nice and tall from the hips to the crown of the head as we ground down through the earth, the lower body connecting. Take a moment to breathe on in and exhale on out. Releasing the outside world, releasing future and past, and just allowing yourself to be here for this present moment. And I invite you to reflect on this year so far. We are towards the end of the year before winter season and a new year, but this fall marks the ending and completion of things. So I invite you to reflect on the blessings of this year and the lessons and wisdom you have gained this year. And I invite you to set an intention, maybe for this practice, for yourself, or for this upcoming fall season. Visualizing how that intention feels in your heart, in your mind, in your bones. Breathing on in, sighing on out. And from here, gently float the eyes open, Great work, my friends. We have 2 blocks, so if you need and like to play with props, go ahead and you can grab a hold of 2 blocks. Otherwise, feel free to practice without. I'll show you both variations with and without blocks. So let's go ahead and start on our hands and knees. Coming to tabletop position. Grounding down through the fingertips, I like to make sure that my index fingers are facing forward. Curl the toes under, take a nice big deep inhale, send the belly down towards the yoga mat, tilting the pelvis forward and down. Send the energy of the heart space forward and up. On an exhale, bring the tops of the feet to the floor, round, and the upper back chin comes towards the chest. Taking a nice big deep inhale, sending the belly on down, sending the heart through the gateway of the arms, rolling the gaze forward and up. Exhale, tops of the feet to the floor, round, and the upper back chin comes towards the chest. And just let's do that for about 3 more breath cycles. Inhaling and exhale. Last big deep inhale, sending the belly down, sending the heart through the gateway of the arms, rolling the gaze forward, maybe even up. Exhale, go ahead, bring the big toes together. Allow the knees to be mat distance apart. Come to bow on down into your child's pose, recognizing that you can always find this pose in your practice. Whenever you need to, feel free to come into child's pose. Walking the hands all the way over to the right, feeling a nice stretch from the left fingertips all the way down towards the left glute muscle. Taking a nice big deep breath in. And exhale. Walking hands all the way over to the left, coming up onto the right fingertips, breathing on in, and exhale. Walking hands to center, slowly coming to tabletop, curling the toes under, pressing into the hands and feet, coming into an inverted V shape of downward facing dog, and begin to pedal out the legs, bending through one leg, reaching through opposite heel. Now maybe it's your first practice back in a while, so maybe we want to go ahead and really press into the hands, drawing the navel on in and sending the hips forward and down. It's okay if the heels don't touch all the way. We don't want to force. We just want to allow ourselves to feel the stretch in the hamstrings, feeling our core work as we press away from the floor. Last big deep inhale, gentle exhale. Go ahead and slowly gaze between the hands. Step the right foot, then the left foot on up towards the front of the yoga mat. Bring the feet hips distance apart. It's about 2 fists apart, more or less, but really make sure the knees are feeling supported directly underneath the hips. And go ahead, ground down through the heels of the feet. We're going to inhale, sweep the arms out to the side like we're creating a big giant sun or tracing the edge of the moon. Reaching the hands on up. And exhale, swan dive all the way on down. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhaling, thinking about our intention, breathing on into it, embodying it. Exhale to fold forward into Uttanasana, forward fold. Last time, inhale, sweeping the arms out to the side, reaching the fingertips on up. And exhale, sweeping the hands on down. Step back into plank pose. Pressing the floor away as you draw rib cage and navel on in like you're hugging in a baby kangaroo close into your core. And when you are ready, come up onto the tippy toes, really reach the heels forward and then release the knees on down. slowly see if you can lower heart and chest by bending the elbows, lowering on down. Inhale, bring the tops of the feet to the floor, send the belly to the floor, rise through head, neck, and chest. Maybe we want to bring our wrists directly underneath the elbows to open up in the chest, breathing on in as we rise. And exhale. Last big deep inhale. And exhale. Send the hands to frame the heart space. Press up and back. You can always take a child's pose or go into downward facing dog. I'm going to move into downward facing dog, but feel free to stay in child's pose for 2 breaths before we move on. So taking a nice big deep inhale and exhale. You can always bend the knees, bend and straighten, or bend both knees, sending the belly towards the tops of your legs, sending the chin towards the chest. If you're in child's pose, come meet me in downward facing dog. When you're ready, take a nice big deep inhale and exhale. All right, let's play around with a little bit of a sun-moon salutation and eclipse salutation. Go ahead, gaze between the hands and see if you can reach the heels on down, sending the right foot to center. Can you sweep the left foot on up towards the ceiling in 3-legged dog? Keep a slight bend in the knee to protect the hamstrings. We're really pressing through the right foot as well as the hands. And see if you can draw the knee on in towards the chest as you send the shoulders over the wrists. Press the floor away. Can you step the left foot in between the hands or take a hold of the ankle and help it on forward? Release the right knee on down. Bring the top of the foot to the floor. Inhale to sweep, fingertips forward and up. Exhale, coming to hold in Anjaneyasana. Maybe bringing fingertips together and taking a nice crescent lunge as you bend up and over, sending the hips forward and down. Taking a nice big deep inhale and exhale. Send shoulder blades down the back. Last big deep breath in. And exhale, we're going to twist. See if you can send the right hand to the left knee as the left hand comes to the hip, or send the right elbow to the outside of your right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Left hand to meet the right in prayer. Work your twist. Big deep inhale. Gentle exhale. Be gentle with yourself in this pose. It's a challenging one. Inhale, lengthen from tailbone to the crown of the head. And exhale, can you draw your navel in and use your core to work your twist? Last big deep breath in. And exhale, release the hands on down to frame the left foot. Curl the right toes under, lift the right knee off the yoga mat. This is when we can play with our blocks. So we can bring a block to the inside of our left foot, placing the left hand to the inside of that left foot, pivoting the right foot on down, and then sweeping that right hand forward and up. Ooh, and a nice open twist, extended side angle pose. Maybe even reaching right fingertips forward. Now, if you don't have a block, all good. Make sure we're nice and tall within the torso, allowing our obliques to do a lot of the work. Last big deep inhale. Exhale, let's come into goddess. Whew. So send the heels inward, turn the toes outward as you rise on up, coming to standing position. Bring the first finger and thumb into Jnana Mudra. It's kind of like okay. And so inhale, reach the hands on up. Allow the wrists to cross in any direction that feels good. Exhale to bend. Inhale to sweep the arms up, cross the wrists in the opposite direction. And exhale to bend. Last big deep inhale. And exhale. Last big deep breath in. And exhale. Great work. Inhale, reach the hands on up. See if you can turn the toes to face forward and swan dive all the way on down like we're tracing big full moon. Begin to bend and straighten, getting into the hips a little bit more. Turning the toes out as you bend. Last big deep inhale. And on an exhale, walk your hands all the way over, this time to the right foot. Hop onto the ball of your left foot, ground down through the left fingertips, sweep the right hand on up. You can even take a hold of your block, bring it to the inside of the right foot, and help yourself to do so. Going into that twist, making sure the right knee is over the ankle. Inhale, lengthen from tailbone to the crown of the head. Exhale, draw the navel and in, twist. Taking a moment of gratitude for just coming here, for your intention. Last big deep breath in. Exhale, release the right hand on down. Leave your block to this back of the mat. It's now going to be the front. Step the right foot to meet the left, press up and back, take a well-deserved downward dog or a child's pose. I'm going to take a child's pose, but if you want a more dynamic practice, a little bit more cardio, stay in downward dog for about 3 breaths. If you want to take it a little bit more easy, come to bow on down, sitting onto the heels of the feet, sending the head on down, bowing down in child's pose. Breathe. Taking a moment of gratitude for yourself. Being proud. Bring it back to your intention that you set for yourself. And when the going gets tough, we just keep going. Ready? Let's bring it into the opposite side. So come to meet me in downward facing dog. Pressing to the hands and feet, lifting the hips up nice and high. When you're ready, take a nice big deep inhale. Exhale. Send the left foot to center, sweep the right foot on up in 3-legged dog. When you are ready, see if you can draw the right knee on in as you send the shoulders over the wrists, sending the right knee in towards the heart space, and step that right foot in between the hands or take a hold of the ankle and help it on forward. Release the left knee on down, bring the top of the left foot to the floor. You know where we're going, Anjaneyasana, reaching fingertips forward and up, opening up in the heart space. Breathe. Allow the heart to be open, no ego, no control, but just focus and discipline in this moment. Big deep breath in and exhale. 2 more breaths, inhale, exhale. Last big deep inhale and exhale. Let's twist. Either send left hand to the right knee, right hand to the right hip, or left elbow to the outside of the left knee. Bring the hands to prayer. Work your twist. Inhale, lengthen from tailbone to the crown of the head. Curl the toes under to feel a little bit more balanced. And exhale, draw the navel on in. Work the twist from the core. Breathing in. Sighing out. 2 more breaths here. Last big deep inhale. Now, if you want to challenge yourself, you curl the left toes under, maybe lift the left knee off the yoga mat, and then see if you can send the right hand to the inside of the right foot as you pivot the left foot on down. Tricky transition. Feel free to do what we did earlier. Bring both hands on down, set up your block, and then come into extended side angle, pivoting the left foot on down, sweeping the left arm forward and up, maybe reaching it forward, maybe keeping the left hand on up. Breathing on in, sighing on out. 2 more breaths, hold with me. It's the holding that's the hardest part. Hug the inner thighs in towards each other, find that strength in this pose. Last big deep inhale and exhale. Use your strength in the obliques to rise on up. All right. Turn the heels inward, toes outward. Move your block back to what was the front of your yoga mat at the beginning of class. Bring the first finger and thumb together. And we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna bend the knees, but this time send the right elbow in as the left arm reaches overhead, like a crescent moon in the arms. Inhale to center, finding that balance. And then exhale, left elbow to hip, reach the right arm up and over. Inhale and exhale. Breathing in and exhale. Last big deep inhale. Exhale. One more time on the left side. Last round. Great work. Inhale the arms up, straighten the legs. Exhale, turn the toes to face forward. Swan dive on down. Bring the hands on down into a wide-legged forward fold. Breathe. Sway the head, yes. Letting all good things in for this fall. Abundance, blessings, protection. Whatever you're manifesting with your intention. Sway the head, no bad vibes, no judgment, no criticism, no more drama. Let it go. And go ahead, walk the hands to the left foot this time. Hopping onto the ball of the right foot. Ground down through the right fingertips. Sweep the left hand on up. Beautiful. All right, we're gonna come on into a balanced posture, transitioning, ready. Send both hands on down. Ground down through the fingertips, sweep the right foot on up. Ground down through the left fingertips, and can you open up in a half moon? If you fall, it's okay. That's the whole point of learning how to balance. Part of balance is fall, literally falling and fall. So embrace the balance, embrace the fall. Fall in love with falling and fall. And when you're ready, take it into the opposite side. Sweep the right foot on down. Place the right hand on down. Maybe we transition straight up into it. Maybe we come into a supported half warrior 3. Hands are down. We can even use our blocks for this. And then we come to rise. I actually find this harder with the blocks for whatever reason. I'm trying to think of my alignment. I'm like, maybe there's something, but for whatever reason, I feel better when my right hand is on the ground. I feel more supported. Whoop. And then you fall, and it's all good. Falling and fall. It's part of the balance. All right, 2 more breaths. Inhaling. Exhale. Last big deep inhale. Exhale, release. Great work. Step back into plank. Right foot steps back. Left foot steps back. Release the knees. Go through your last vinyasa. Knees, chest, chin. Inhale into your cobra. Exhale. Find a child's pose. Bring the knees mat distance apart. Taking a nice big deep breath in. Sigh out. Beautiful. Let's come to sit on the heels of the feet and sweep the legs in front, coming into a deserved and diverse Shavasana. A well-diverse Shavasana. Hey, maybe you do want to diversify your Shavasana by trying something different. Maybe this time we'll bring the soles of the feet together, allowing yourself to just rest in reclined Baddha Konasana. If you want support, you can always take a hold of your blocks, place them directly underneath the knees for this reclined Baddha Konasana. Whew. And just allow yourself to be here. And this is why I love the blocks. They feel so good. Allowing yourself to embody and feel that energy within the legs, the lower body, the roots of our creative energy, our prana, our flow, and let it flow up to the core of who we are and into our heart space, into our mind. Breathe in, sigh out. Visualize your intention and what you are manifesting this fall season. Let the rest go. And when you are ready, if you wish to close your practice, you can begin to bring your awareness back into your body. But if you'd like to continue in Shavasana, stay here for as long as you wish, as long as you desire. I would like to thank you so much for practicing with me for this beginning of the fall season. May you be blessed. May your intentions really allow you to focus on bringing in all the positivity, all the love, all the abundance for this new phase of the year. I will see you next time for your practice. Thank you so much again for joining me, and thank yourself for creating this space to practice with me. Om Shanti Shanti. Peace, my friend. Namaste. See you next time. Bye for now.